Hey, how are you, sir? Yeah, doing good?
Chilling, baby.
Yeah, you look good. I tell you that.
I appreciate you. Likewise, man.
Sitting here thinking, because I have take such issues with just humans, man. I'm sitting here petting Kobe, saying, you know, man, dogs may be the best thing God blessed this earth with.
I may agree. I think I'm.
Oh, you agree with me?
Yeah.
You got your mic on?
Yeah.
You on? You in there?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You in it to win it? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm in it to win it, baby.
I take grave issues with humans, man. Dogs are amazing. What kind of dog is this, by the way? Hi, everybody. Kiss and T podcast. This is guy, and his name is Kiss. My name is T.
Abishan.
Abishan?
Yeah.
Abishan.
I guess.
That's like a mix between two different breeds, right?
Right.
Whatever the B and the Sean is.
Yeah.
That's two different other situations.
I guess, yeah. I know one of them is like
man.
a little
beautiful dog. Everybody
poodle.
meet Kobe. You look like Kobe going to sleep.
Yeah, Kobe tired.
Kobe just may wake up in a little bit.
He had a rough day.
How's everything?
Chilling, baby.
You good?
Yeah, man.
Spent a little time away. Where you been at? You were somewhere.
J.A.
I'm about to say you care to disclose?
Yeah, I was in Jamaica.
Were you? How was it? How was the time?
It was awesome, fam.
It always is, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I guess for me, I mean, I've been there a few times.
You talking in the mic?
Yeah, I'm talking in the mic.
Making sure. Okay, sorry.
Jesus Louise, you're
Might
so
be a little
hostile.
rusty. Might be a little rusty.
Man, I think you need to take a trip to Jamaica.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I would agree. I concur.
Right, but
I concur.
as I was saying, you know what I mean? Like, nah, fam, it was a good trip.
Yeah.
I think I've always enjoyed Jamaica,
Right.
But I think I'm actually enjoying it from like the old head standpoint. I'm 40 plus, right? So it's just like
No,
the R&R, man.
It's a
The
different
rust.
perspective.
Right.
It's a different way for sure.
Yeah, man. So no, it was cool. It was cool.
It is amazing. You can go to the same place around the same time of year,
Mm-hmm.
but 5, maybe 10 years apart. You grow a little mature, a little older.
Sure.
Start to appreciate just the simple things.
Yeah, see stuff a little differently. You know what I mean?
Taste that jerk chicken just a little differently.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? An
Absolutely.
escovitch,
Fam, listen.
fried dumpling,
All of that.
some
All
water.
of that.
Did you drink some water?
I went to the gym every day.
Nice. Oh, did you?
You know what I mean? Like, again, a different perspective, man.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's it. No more hangovers.
Not at
Good
all.
stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Kiss and Tea Podcast, episode 52.
52.
That's right, 5 deuce, 52.
It's not second
Look at
trois.
What?
53.
It's 52.
You sure?
Yes, it ain't no 53.
All right. Episode second day.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second
You just
day.
wanted to say. You just wanted to let everybody know you knew 53 ahead of the next episode. It's 52.
Bro, I'm Haitian. Of course I know.
So this is episode 52 while you were gallivanting in Jamaica,
I guess.
eating a whole bunch of ackee and saltfish.
Nah, they have that.
I was here back in New York.
Okay.
We were suffering from Canadian wildfires. It's a lot of air quality issues going on. I happen to take it upon myself. For those who may not know, I serve on the executive board of the National Panhellenic Council of New York City. That is the sort of like the parent governing body of the 9 historically black fraternities and sororities known as the Divine 9 in the New York City kind of area, right? Kind of pulls all that together.
Mm-hmm.
Serve on the executive board. So I said to myself, you know what? I want to go to more events. Okay. I want to spread the D9 love. I want to make sure everybody is collaborating with everybody. Everybody's supporting everybody. And I want to lead by example. So while you were in Jamaica,
okay,
it's making my rounds.
Understood.
Making my rounds around New York City. Okay. Going to little different events, okay?
Okay, all right.
People may have clicked on this already, kind of understand what the title is and all this other good stuff. I'm going somewhere with this. Just walk me for just a second.
Fam, I'm always walking.
Give him another shot. Let me give him the studio shot. Kind of boom, boom, bow.
Okay.
Switch it up on him a little bit.
No
back
doubt.
to the story.
No doubt.
All right, back to the story.
No doubt.
I walk into one event in Harlem, New York, Upper Manhattan, the village of Harlem. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is a cookout hosted by the men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
For those just kind of tuning in, you know, the dynamic of what I'm saying right now, for those who understand Divine 9 culture, HBCU culture, all that good stuff, old Haitian man, I kind of got to walk slow with him, okay? Just sorry if I'm over sort of explaining some things, all right? But he does recognize I am part of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, one of the 9 fraternities.
I do recognize that,
Yes.
and I do appreciate
Yeah.
you taking the time,
You know.
of walking me through this.
Right.
Because you're right. It's a bit
I
foreign
know you
to
know
me.
it bits and pieces, just kind of what I kind of just blah, blah.
I'm following. I'm
All right,
following.
so
I'm following.
boom.
Right.
I go to, which is another fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma, within the council.
Right.
They have a cookout, dope cookout up in Harlem.
Sure.
So I go to the cookout. Man, I'm excited about going to it. Kind of backstory. It's my first time attending the cookout. Frankly, it's my first time attending a Phi Beta Sigma event.
Okay.
Just in general, it's my first time.
Cool.
I've been in Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I've been a member for over 10 years now, about going on 11 years now. I've been a member. First time going to their event.
Okay.
Right? And they're also in Harlem. My chapter's in Harlem.
I got like beef or something? Like,
No.
okay.
Thank you for asking.
Nah, because you're building it up. Like there was a reason behind
I go to the event.
you not going
Phi
there.
Beta Sigma, their colors are blue.
So they
Kappa Alpha Psi, the colors we wear are red.
So they got colors.
Listen,
Yeah.
we do.
They got
We bang
colors.
colors.
Yeah. They got colors too.
I want to attend this event, so I
Right.
put on my colors. I have a red shirt on, a
Right.
crimson shirt on. Phi Beta Sigma, they blued out. They blue. They blue. You know what I mean? They wear
So
blue.
you just a dot
down
of
to the
red
tube side
in
blue.
a sea of blue.
You know what I mean? That's right. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. So I walk into the event. All right. It's a cookout in Harlem for those viewing outside of New York. Cookout, you got to kind of walk through a huge house first before you get to the backyard. That's usually where the cookout is.
Sure.
Their house is, it's nice, huge, brownstone in Harlem. You got to walk through basically what the equivalent would be of the dining room, living room, and kitchen before you get to the backyard. You got to walk through this.
Okay.
It's narrow, you got to walk through it.
Right.
I turn the corner, get into the house.
Mm-hmm.
There is a sea of blue. And I ain't black people, just blue. Just blue. I'm trying to tell you, man, like, when I tell you it was like a good 60 people.
Right.
Just, this ain't even, I ain't even get to the barbecue yet.
Sure. Well, it's
This is just getting into the house.
Well, it's their barbecue. They
Exactly.
represent.
I turned the corner.
Sure.
You'd have thought the record scratch,
Okay.
the pin drop. Because I walked through with a red KA side shirt on.
Right.
So you asked me, do we have beef? No. Possibly. And here's why.
Okay.
Because as I turned the corner, I instantly felt like a blood walking into a crip party. Instantly. Everybody looked at me like, what is he doing here? Right?
Right.
But I also saw them kind of catch themselves.
Did you ever feel that you were in danger at one point?
Okay. No.
Okay.
But
All right.
yes. I know. Thank you. Just walk with me. Walk with me.
I got you. I'm walking with you.
Because I kind of know protocol. You can't.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you just can't.
Right.
No.
And on top of that, you're an
Yeah.
executive board member.
Oh, they don't know this though.
Oh, they don't.
No, nobody. I mean, a few of them do, but not yet. I mean, I just turned a corner. It's just a whole bunch of blue,
Sure.
and it dawned on me like, man, this is just something they're not used to this. They gave me the look like, what type of time you? What,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
what you coming here for?
Sure.
And so I could kind of tell initially,
Which nothing's wrong with that in my view.
at all.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get to that in a second. At all.
You know what I mean? Like,
Fast forward, right? So they initially kind of give me the, what's up with you? And then as I kind of make my way doing my like happy dance,
Right.
like, hey, I don't want no
love over
problems.
here.
I'm
It's
here
all
just
love
doing,
over
you know
here.
what I mean?
Right.
Hands up, you know,
Right.
hey, you need something? You
Right.
need help with that?
Right.
I can get you that, all that good stuff, right? Being over dramatic with some things so that the masses know I'm happy,
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
friendly.
I'm not on
I'm
that
here
time.
with the peace. You know what I
sure.
mean?
Sure.
But I just found it fascinating. Two organizations built on scholarship, service, and all that good stuff. I felt initial heat before I felt, you know what I mean? And listen, I don't blame them one bit.
Absolutely. I mean,
Because
listen.
now it really got me to start to psychoanalyze and just kind of the culture and nature we're operating in.
Right.
So the folks who are watching this now, I've been long-winded with kind of with that intro.
Right.
So I kind of want to invite your understanding because I want to be a little bit more solution oriented based on, and not just based on what I kind of just saw, because ultimately those folks treated me like royalty. Once it got past just making sure he all right,
Right.
which I think is natural.
Right.
So much so, let me just give the viewers and even you a little taste of, I sat there at that barbecue for about 3 hours and just observed. And when I tell you I was laughing at myself probably every 15 minutes because they were doing the exact same things. If it's almost as if I was at a Kappa cookout.
Right.
The man on the grill with the hat to the back, telling everybody to get back. That's the same thing that would have happened at a cookout if it was a Kappa event.
Yep.
Same thing. Just the same interactions. And I said to myself, we all the same.
Yes, sir.
We got these different letters on, these different colors on, but we all the same. Mm-hmm. I can't explain that anymore, man. I mean, all the same. The way we enter in, the way people say what's up to folks, the way we dap each other up. It's almost as if, man, I could have flipped, and it was like down to like, oh, that's brother such and such. Like now I'm looking at them calling out names in my fraternity. Like, oh, that's brothers and on right there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Oh, that's JB. That's the JB of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this is wild. And then I say to myself, like, man, I just wish more of, now I'm on my soapbox, sorry, more of us got a chance to almost experience this quasi-cultural exchange to really see, like, we more alike than, first of all, we all black anyway.
Word.
Start there, full
Word.
stop.
Word.
But we way so much more alike than we would ever think different.
Yep.
How? How can we get past these little non-factoring shenanigans, superficial shenanigans that we tend to divide ourselves on? And how do we get past that? Because we seem to just major in that and really get to the understanding of we are so much more alike and so much more stronger.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Let me shut up.
No, you good, man. I appreciate the walk.
Sorry. Yeah,
nah,
I know you're coming back off Jamaica, coming off the flight.
Nah,
easy, man.
Listen.
Nah, man. Welcome to New York, man. Back to the start. Yeah, man. Time to think.
I appreciate it. It's good.
Time to think.
It's good to be home.
All right, cool.
It's good to be home. Nah, fam. I just think a few things, right? So you said solutions.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's more than mac and cheese.
You want to do that? Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm making like the comparison. Like you got cut through some real thick, deep stuff. And what do I mean by that? Right. I agree with you 100%, fam. Like we have more in common, right, than anything else, whatever. And I think, that to the point. And I don't think that's a big mystery. I don't think that's a question mark. Folks know this. You know what I mean?
Do we?
Yeah,
we do.
I think folks.
You know what I mean?
Right?
I'm bugging. We do.
I think, but as I sit there and think about it, right, I just think, and if I could be 100, right?
Please do.
The one reason we have to, really walk me through, the entire process, etc. That is foreign to me, but that's intentional. You know what I mean? The pledging and all that, whatever. But you've been knew that about me growing up and all that, whatever case may be. I'm not dismissive to it. You know what I mean? I think it serves a great purpose, but at the same time, it introduced that classism. And that divide.
Ooh.
Them letters you wearing, them colors, or at least in my view,
classism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we are building the infrastructure that's dividing us. You know what I mean? And listen, I like to think about it. It should be just one big fraternity, one big sorority. You know what I mean? But it's not that. We don't live in a utopia, right? So I just think, that alone, I just think is a whole nother conversation. But in terms of, trying to, peel the onion back and, penetrate the area and just, have folks like really understand, like, listen, man, we just need to sit down and talk. Once we talk and have a conversation, we'll realize that we have more in common that separates us.
I love that solution.
You know what I mean? So how do we
get us talking?
Yeah, how do we get to more talking?
Yeah.
Because I just think that's where it lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
So I just think, any solution, gotta have, a component of that. You know what I mean? Folks are sitting down and just doing what we do.
And I love.
Mine is the colors. Mine is the letters.
Well, that's a fact. And I think a tie-in to that, you talk about one fraternity, one fraternal order, one sorority, what have you. In my mind, that's what the National Pan-Hellenic Council. I know it's 9 organizations that rolls up into this one council that makes up the council, but I just think that one. Unified front that the National Pan-Hellenic Council has and can push, what's the word? Propagandize. Really get out there.
Absolutely.
Have folks really like, yeah, that's 9 organizations, but ultimately
it's one.
It's one.
Right. Yeah.
It's one. And they got a council and there's an organization in place to deal with when you want to deal with them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
As a whole.
And
you know what I mean?
I just want us on the ground, the member organizations, to kind of really lean into that.
Right. Right.
And allow that to be our mouthpiece to really speak with a louder and unified voice. Sorry.
No, you're good. But I mean, how do you get there?
Who?
You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, we could always talk about, the solution. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what's the roadmap?
What's the roadmap?
What's the roadmap to that? Right? And again, to me, it actually circles back to always conversation, getting to know, the next
really
party.
Like that. I like that.
Sitting down and just having a conversation.
I love that.
Right? But before, I even, take a deeper dive in that area, but I do want to be fair. You know what I mean? Because I said, like that fraternity, sororities, and I still believe, they promote, and introduce some type of degree of classism.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, I get it. I get, this is my set over here. You know what I mean? I may be more inclined, mess with the cues. Right, and forgive me if I'm mean.
But no, how you know that?
Listen, man.
Which one the cues? What color they got? What color are they?
I don't know the color, but I know the brand. Them big dudes.
The
big dudes always got the girls on their shoulders. They barking.
Okay.
Yeah. Say far and clear away. I think like a prerequisite is like you got to be 300 pounds all muscle. You know what I mean? Again,
they about that.
Yeah, they about that, right? But that may be more interesting to me as opposed to the Kappas.
Thank you for saying that.
So okay. I get there's a sense of individualism as a group, like what I mean. So I get the different segments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess it got its benefits. It got its, I mean, like I don't even want to say negatives, whatever, but I get that area of it as well. You know what I mean? Like I associate with them better. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean like we may be under one umbrella.
Who you associate with better?
I'm just saying.
Who would you associate with better though?
My Kappas.
My guy.
Like, well, listen, no disrespect, but
Smooth,
I mean, like,
debonair.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Listen, I admire the other organizations, the personifications that they kind of exude.
Sure.
The cues, how they bark, dogmatic, being dog about.
Yeah, they packs. You ain't messing with them boys.
I enjoy how they project their ideals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right.
Alphas, they do something called training where they're doing precision. I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? But for me and my journey, what spoke to me.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's almost like, the frat's so nice they had to name it twice.
Right.
You know what I mean? all that good stuff. You know what I mean? The better half of 1911.
He out here promoting.
I'm just saying. It's just men of distinction,
recruiting,
men
actually.
of achievement.
I understand.
In every field of human endeavor is our motto and creed.
Every
field.
See? So you're proving my point. That appealed to you.
It did. It appealed to me. Yeah,
so,
right.
So, bro, how do we get the best of both worlds? You and the council.
Well, I enjoy this conversation, and thank you for kind of just allowing me to be on my soapbox because I got to do a better job of promoting the conversations. Maybe it be organic conversations, or maybe it be a networking session where it's the programming in that event is geared toward having folks from different organizations talk.
Agreed. Agreed.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
we all the same.
No agenda. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a step prior to that, right?
What's that?
And I think, it's what we're doing right now. It's just an awareness thing, whatever, right? And just, because, bro, like.
You working today?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm right off the plane from JA, bro.
I see, okay.
Man, I got the brain
bandwidth,
baby.
I see.
I just think, like, we got to put that awareness out there. You know what I mean? And
that's the fun part.
Right. And
get creative with it.
Absolutely, but at the same time, like on the same point, I'll use myself as an example, bro. Like, I got that Philly mentality. If I'm in a room full of people, it's because it's a network engagement, work engagement. You know what I mean? I'm making contacts.
Yep.
I think what we're talking about is a little different. Like we're building rapports. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, like you mentioned, have like a conversation session, whatever. Get the conversation, get the whole awareness thing out there, whatever. Like, I'm thinking. I mean, there's another level of intimacy, connection there, as opposed to, you know what I mean, like, because I've learned to, I mean, be at these networking events all day, all the time, and if you look at Kiss in the corporate world, like, oh my God, he belongs there, this, that, and third, whatever, because I've conditioned myself. That is just, I have an agenda. I gotta be there for work, etc. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think folks understanding, how they operate in that space is important as well too.
I like that.
Bro, now that I'm 42 years old, bro. I'm so open-minded to just sitting there having a conversation with somebody I disagree with.
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't look like me. Somebody that does have totally different values, and really just try to find that common thread.
Yep.
And if we don't find any, common thread, it's cool. It's still all love.
It's still good. Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's a skill learned though.
Agreed. Hands down.
That's a skill learned.
Agreed. And it comes to maturity as well.
I got a quick spin, a quick pivot for you before we close out.
Sure.
I really want to get your opinion. I'm in the business of connecting amazing talent with amazing opportunities. I'm in the recruitment business.
Sure.
All that good stuff. And so oftentimes, not even oftentimes, I'll say this one particular moment that just took place. I was on the phone with a candidate, and we were having a conversation about a particular role at a particular company that I know I've worked with, and I know some folks that are there.
Sure.
And I mentioned to this particular candidate, hey, your soror is actually a pretty high person at this organization. We need to talk about a strategy to engage your soror and lean in on your affiliation. Come on, y'all the same organization.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm purposely not saying it because I don't want to.
Right.
And she says to me, yeah, Terrence, nah. I kind of went that route before, and I was a bit scorned by the reaction I got from other soror, and I said, well, talk to me. What was your approach like? Do you come to him basically like a hookup type situation, or nope? I was just inquiring if, in fact, they thought I was qualified for an open position at their company. That was it.
Right.
And when we got on the phone, she said, oh, I'm gonna call me back in 5 minutes. Call back in 5 minutes, straight to voicemail. It's been about 3 weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she's scoring. She don't want to go that route. She's like, yeah, I don't really.
And
you know what I mean?
I can't knock that, right? And I think that's a perfect point you just you raised.
What, because can't knock it on what side?
On the side, like, what we're trying to promote this engagement.
Yep.
Whatever, right? So when I said, listen, why is T so disengaged? Maybe he's been burned a couple times. You know what I mean? Maybe he's not dealing with you jokers. You know what I'm saying? Because he went that route.
Talk to me.
You know what I mean? So
talk to me.
You got to cut through all of that.
That's right.
Because there's some valid reason why there is no, dare I say it, unity. Some valid reasons. I ain't mess with these jokers over there because I tried. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, personally, in my professional life, I've got burned many times.
Come on now, talk to me. Come
whatever
on.
Case just by looking out, whatever case it be. It didn't change It didn't change who I am in my approach. Right. But I'm a little bit more cautious.
It's something about you can
a little bit more guarded.
And I find the nuances a bit interesting when you talk corporate. With a lot of things you really got to grit and bear. Right. And some things I get a check.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Some things you just got to take on the chin. Yep. But when it comes to some of these organizations where you ain't getting paid.
Volunteering.
Church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
some of these fraternities and sororities and cats rub you the wrong way. Like, hold up. I ain't even getting paid for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So there's a bit of this easily being able to disengage in some of those environments.
Yes, sir.
And I think we need to call that out as well.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right?
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, you got folks who got been burned like 4 or 5 times.
So to that point, I'm actually trying to, and viewers, help us out. We ain't in the silo, man. We trying to throw this out to y'all, man, so y'all can really get into these comments and really talk back to us about how we can be a little bit more solution oriented. But just to even mitigate the gap of whether it be soror to soror or frater to frater, being able to, at least on the client side, understand how to engage somebody. Number one, you better be qualified.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You better know how to approach someone in this regard, because let's be very clear, their name is on the line if they refer you or do anything beyond anything.
Absolutely.
And we got to be very sensitive to that and understanding of that in our approach.
Absolutely.
Furthermore, I think there's a job on the person who's receiving that request to be a little bit more understanding and not so guarded because of certain things that may have happened in the past. We got to really meet people where they are individually.
Agreed.
And not allow what somebody did in the past to determine that this you gonna block this person's blessing because all you got to do is push the resume through. You know what I mean?
Word.
And I'm finding that that's happening more too often where folks are just more reluctant to be like, yeah,
absolutely,
thanks, but no, I ain't pushing that resume.
Absolutely, and I believe these. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Please.
No, I believe these conversations will start. At least opening, a gateway where folks will be like, all right, cool. Maybe I should give it another try.
That's what I'm hopeful for.
You know what I mean?
Especially if we create a culture where it's understood on how we need to be approaching folks.
Right.
Like,
Like,
you know what I mean? Not on some hookup. Nothing should be the hookup.
There's no entitlements here.
Thank you.
Thank
you for saying.
Bro, just because we're black,
right?
You're not getting a job.
Cut it out,
right?
You still got to do the job,
bro. You still got to wear a tie to the interview.
Thank
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. And I want to talk about all that.
Don't get me on my soapbox.
Listen, we got a little bit of
with
time.
these folks.
It's been a
you
while.
know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go there. Whatever. I'm gonna keep this positive. You know what I mean? But you get folks who just like you just said, like, just because there's some degree of association.
Talk to me.
It's a hookup.
Come on. I can show up to the interview without my tie on, without a resume. It's happened.
What?
I know it's happening. You know what I mean?
And you're just like, and then when you give the appropriate response,
Jesus,
then you lose a friend.
Hey, thank you.
Or you're
thank you.
Or you're being Uncle Tom or son, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
you talking to a lot of people. Y'all better get in this comment. I know Kids talking to y'all today.
Fam, I'm just saying. Like,
I like that.
There's no hookups here.
It ain't none.
Right. But like you just said, that shouldn't deter me from giving, if I do have that opportunity, to probably pass on a resume. You know what I mean? But again, it's like, you can't knock the kids that's guarded.
Kiss, and I hear you.
Right.
I'm on LinkedIn 24. You know how I'm on LinkedIn.
Right.
I see the positions that we're in. We got some really nice positions that we're in.
Absolutely.
I know what those positions at those organizations, I know the weight that carries.
Absolutely.
I know if that person says this resume is good, it's good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I know how this goes.
Yes, sir.
And if we can just open up this ecosystem to where we feel comfortable, number one, on the candidate side, you better not even open your mouth or even make yourself known unless you qualify.
Absolutely.
And know how to act. You know
absolutely. But I want to be pro candidate for
talk. Please do.
These folks that have the opportunity to push that resume,
it
looks good on you as well.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? You're bringing talent to the company. Actually doing your job. Okay.
Oh, you came back from JA
you
on one.
You're doing your job, so don't think you're on your high horse, whatever case it be. It's a two-way street.
I love it.
So if I'm the candidate and I check off all of those
we got
boxes,
to clip this. I'm about to put this on LinkedIn. That's it.
Fam, like, come on,
talk to him.
You got to
get off. You there for a reason. Stop it. Do your job, yeah, but come on, man. That hand up is real, and we're not asking for the hookup.
Right.
Do the job.
Right. And candidates, come prepared.
If y'all want us to do a whole other episode on that, because I got 15 years worth of stories.
It's a dance here.
It's a dance.
Right. And everybody, both parties must participate.
I need everybody
and do their job.
That's right. Allow folks like me to be the DJ. Allow me to set the atmosphere. But I need the candidates to do your job. Right. An employer, I need you to do your job, especially folks, and I'm talking to you, who got those vice president titles, those senior vice president titles, and I know you may be the only one in these rooms.
And bro,
you know what I mean? But come on now.
I know I'm the number one person who speaks about entitlements.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. I don't believe in them.
That's come on now.
I don't believe in certain entitlements.
Right.
Most entitlements.
Come on.
However.
Yep.
If I went through the process, joining a fraternity, okay?
Ooh.
And that is the brotherhood or sisterhood. It is your duty when you're in that VP slot, bro. Because that thing's on my resume for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, so I get the whole, because it's not a sense of entitlement. It's a brotherhood or sisterhood. That's how I see it. So, and this is one reason why I don't partake in these certain organizations because I feel strongly about it. I partake in one, but that's it.
Yeah, got you. Heard you.
But you know what I mean? Because you have a responsibility. You talk about the hand up. Yeah, bro, yes. Like, and so I have if I'm a Kappa and you're vice president of so-and-so in a prominent company that I can do the job, I'm qualified, I got the years of experience, I check all these boxes and then some.
And the position's open.
And the position's open.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
what are we talking about?
I'm looking at you like, when do I start?
You hear me? Yep.
It's your job. So again, I mean, it's not being entitled. It's looking out for the brotherhood that you've actually that all of you folks joined at some point. I don't think there's enough of that.
Leave your comments below, please. I think we should end it on that note right there. Kiss, we need to send you back to Jamaica before next episode.
I'll take it, baby.
Bring you on back,
I'll
man.
take
Kiss
it.
and Tea episode 52.
Thank
y'all so much for watching. Leave your comments below.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Kiss.
Appreciate you, baby.
Peace.
Peace.